Mr. Lozano is out of control. Mr. Lozano's out of control.
Mr. Lozano, stop talking on the phone. Perhaps the state does have some cases against my client, Judge. Maybe the evidence is there. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All these offenses you're speaking loudly and clearly. Loudly and clearly. The fact that he impregnated a 15-year-old girl and now he's with somebody else and the girlfriend's upset because he impregnated a 15-year-old girl. Oh, please. When does it stop?
7. This defendant already has more than 7 pending cases against him. And somehow, he decided to self-snitch while sitting in jail waiting for trial. The situation was already bad, but after that move, it only got worse. And you can tell how serious this hearing is because there are actually 2 prosecutors present, which is never a good sign for the defense. Now his attorney is trying to get the bond reduced so he can be released before trial. But from the judge's tone right away, it's obvious she is not happy with this defendant at all, with this many cases stacked against him. Do you think he should even be given another chance at bond?
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. The state is ready.
Daniel Avalar for Josiah Lozano, Your Honor. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Where is Mr. Josiah Lozano?
There he is, Your Honor.
There he is. Okay, Mr.
Judge, may I interrupt for just a moment? I'm also on one of the cases against.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Sedliff. Thank you, sir. Okay, Mr. Lozano, do you see and recognize your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. And Mr. Arla, do you see and recognize your client as the defendant in this particular case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Okay. Now, this is a case where the COVID docket judge forgot to post a bond on one of his cases.
It was a little weird, Judge. The one we're talking about is the one that didn't actually, I wouldn't blame the court. It just didn't make it to his docket, Judge. I think he would have been more than happy to address it, Judge, but it just didn't make it.
So why can't we just agree that it's going to be the same bond in that case?
I agree, Judge, and Mr. Setliff has his reasons, Your Honor. I don't know if he wants to address the court, Judge.
Okay, so what bond? Give me the bond he was put under.
$100,000 bond, Judge.
On that case.
Yes,
okay.
Judge. And
tell me why you won't agree to the bond that was set in the other cases to be imposed on the one that was forgotten, Mr. Setliff.
Your Honor, it didn't get a hearing, and on this case, and so I thought that it would be important for us to have a conversation.
Okay.
I think Mr. Nunez has also taken a really fine look at the defendant's behavior over the course of the last several months, and so I think he has some things to say as well. But the defendant was out on PR bond at one point, picked up 3 new cases, including this tampering offense. So. Your decision on the other bonds wasn't cognizant of this tampering offense, which
it wasn't my decision. It wasn't my decision. It was the COVID judge docket.
Yeah, sorry. So the COVID judge didn't have this additional third degree felony in front of that judge in making the determination regarding those additional assault felony violence impeding and the assault felony violence on a pregnant person.
So the one that doesn't have a PR bond is the tampering?
I believe so, Judge. As
well as the one that Mr. Setliff referenced.
So there's 2 cases that the COVID judge docket forgot?
Oh, no. He did address that one, but I think the court's question was which one doesn't have a PR bond. And so that too doesn't have a PR bond.
So, because I was the clerk, both of those are $15,000 split. He denied the reduction and left it at $40,000 cash as surety.
And Judge, I agree with everything Mr. Castañeda said, except for, and he could correct me if I'm wrong, the 3690 case, which has a $50,000 bond, Your Honor, split.
He said 15. He said the 6552 and the 3690 have a 15 split, is what I understood.
That'd be great if we can get a
correction. I stand corrected, Judge. It is a 50 split.
Right, Judge. So you see how the numbers are adding up, Your Honor? And so we're not asking, perhaps the state does have some cases against my client, Judge. Maybe the evidence is there. I don't know. For this specific hearing, Judge, and I'm glad Mr. Setliff is here, all we're asking, Judge, is that we are addressing that $100,000 bond, which has a PR revo to it, Judge.
And this is a 6637 case.
6637, Judge. Maybe a $10,000 bond, or maybe just a straight up PR now that he has to pay on the other one.
Oh, wow. The defense attorney is really pulling out every argument possible here. Even with the defendant facing 7 separate cases, he's still trying to convince the court to make a major move. What he wants is for that $100,000 bond to be dropped all the way down to a PR bond. And that's a massive leap considering the defendant's history. With a record like this, that kind of request is already a hard sell. But this calm moment in the courtroom is about to disappear fast. In just a few seconds, the entire tone of the hearing shifts because one of the prosecutors steps in and starts laying everything out on the record.
Judge, just to clarify, you had him out on PR bond on the 2019 case. And so that's why when he committed the 2 new offenses against his intimate partners, I think it's 2 separate ones, you were not pleased with his performance on PR bond. And so you set it at a very high bond on this 3rd-degree felony. And so that's the issue. As I don't want to agree when he certainly do a PR bond when he has proven that he is not good on PR bond.
We've reached out to not only to Mr. Lozano's family, but also his employer. We spoke to a gentleman named Carlos Ortiz, who's the owner of Ortiz Construction, Judge. And in writing, we do have that that they'll give him a shot, that if and when he does come out, that he is a good worker and he'll have to prove himself when he is employed, of course. But he does have a job. It's not a huge company, but it is something that's going to keep him busy and employed, Judge.
Can we agree to, I will give him a split bond on the 6637. Can we agree to a number? Mr. Nunez, Mr. Setliff, what are you thinking?
Gentlemen, since this case, and I know Mr. Setliff's argument, but since this case involves, since this case involves a tampering with, the indictment reads with marijuana, Judge.
Your Honor, just to let the court know, I mean, he's facing about at least 6 probably different cases. He's been in this court since June of 2017. He's picked up 7 new criminal cases, with 3 of them being listed as felonies.
Okay.
On one of the AFVs that he's picked up, the victim was a minor who he also impregnated. We are also looking at impregnated. He got her pregnant, and a minor pregnant. She was about 15 when he got her pregnant. We're working up that on that case as well. We do have her have good contact information for her. I am worried about him potentially maybe trying to get in contact with her if he's let out on bond. And he's previously failed to comply on his bond conditions. He's had failure to reports. He's tested positive for THC.
Okay. How old are you, Mr. Lozano?
I'm 21 now.
How old was he when he impregnated this person?
Your Honor, I want to say it was about 19 or 20.
And she was 15.
I want to say 15. At the very least, the oldest. I said at the very oldest, 16. I mean, 15, 16. We're talking those age ranges.
Judge, and I would just say, in part, we know that from jail phone calls that the defendant has made. He made one on January 20th of 2020 to his current girlfriend, in which she calls him out on having impregnated the 17-year-old. The 17-year-old just turned 17, and his girlfriend, this victim on one of the cases that he's in there for, says that's messed up, bro, and gives him a hard time about it. I'm happy to share this jail call with everyone, but they're talking in detail about what she knows he did.
Mr. Lozano,
I have various other ones.
Mr. Lozano, stop talking on the phone. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, why don't we agree? You want to do 10,000?
At this point, I've got to jump in again because this defense attorney is honestly putting on a strong performance right now. Considering how many times this defendant has messed up and how many cases he's facing, the attorney is still doing everything possible to keep things under control. Did you catch that moment we just watched? He actually interrupted the prosecutor just to tell his client to get off phone. It was a little unexpected, but somehow it fit naturally into the chaos of the hearing. Moments like that show he's trying hard to manage the situation before it spirals even further. And on top of all that, He's basically going up against two prosecutors at the same time, which is never easy in a courtroom like this. You got to give him some credit for staying composed under all that pressure. Now the big question is whether any of this actually works. Will the judge agree to lower the bond? Or is this defendant staying?
Setliff will have his. My position is the same as I had in the 409th. I was opposed to any type of bond reduction on this case. I think it's fairly set, considering that he has failed to comply with any of his PR bond conditions. He keeps picking up new cases, and he's been in this court just continuously picking up cases since he's been out. That's just respectfully, Your Honor, that's just my position.
He's on the hook for at least, I'm doing the numbers, maybe I'm wrong, at least 10,000 cash is what he's going to have to come up with.
I'm good with where we're at, Judge, and I understand that you may need to revisit that. But after reviewing the jail calls, that's new information to me from the previous hearing, and it's enough to elevate our concern about other people in the community and his continued ignorance of your instructions and rules that you require him to live by.
Mr. Lozano is out of control. Mr. Lozano's out of control. And I remember this case because I think I remember getting informed in court many months ago or years ago, a year, 2 years ago, that he had impregnated a 14 or 15-year-old little girl. And I'm thinking, where the heck is everybody? Why isn't somebody doing something about that? Why isn't somebody doing something about that? Statutory, what are we doing? We're not, Mr. Nunez, Mr. Setliff.
I have been working on that case, Your Honor. I've been specifically working with a detective Ernesto Silva on that case. Like I said, she is also the victim in an AFB that he has pending, a felony AFB he has pending. And I have been in contact with her. And that's really all I have to say about that, Your Honor. I have been working on that case, and we've tried to work out a package deal as well. There's been conversation of that. We're trying to resolve all cases.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it at 100,000, Mr. Avila. I'm sorry. All these offenses are speaking loudly and clearly. The fact that he impregnated a 15-year-old girl, and now he's with somebody else, and the girlfriend's upset because he impregnated a 15-year-old girl. Oh, please, when does it stop? Nope, it's going to stay at $100,000. $100,000 surety, $10,000 PR, no bars, no drugs, no alcohol, no arrest, no offenses against the state of Texas or any other state. You cannot leave El Paso County unless until you have my permission. You're going to report one time a month in person, and you're going to report one time a week with 24 hours notice. You're going to stay away from the complaining witnesses. Who are the complaining witnesses' names in the family violence? Do we have terms and conditions of any PR bonds that are set right now, Mr. Castañeda?
Sorry, Judge, what did you say at the end?
Do we have any of the no contact provisions on any of the PR bonds that are set right now?
Let me check, Judge.
Contact on the family violence with alleged complaining witnesses? I want all the names of the complaining witnesses.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Avila, this is a tough case. Holy moly. Besides the fact that it incites this court that he impregnated a 15-year-old girl. I can't get over that. I'm still stuck on that. Unbelievable.
He's been busy, Your Honor, and so I think we're trying to.
It's very sad, very sad.
And Judge, if Mr. Setliff can somehow get me those jail calls for my review of in case there's anything incriminating.
The one I just referenced, I will download it and send it to both Mr. Nunez and to you, Danny, and to you, Judge, if you want it.
Thank you. I don't need it yet.
Okay.
I don't want to get any more infuriated.
In my opinion, that outcome made complete sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But based on everything we just watched, this defendant comes across as a serious risk to the community. And it's not only because of the situation involving the younger girl, but also because of the 6 other pending cases hanging over him right now. At some point, you can't just overlook a pattern like that. IT really raises a question of why the court would even consider putting someone with this kind of record back out on the streets. But at the same time, this is El Paso County, and the fact that it's located near the Mexican border can sometimes influence how these cases are approached and handled. So, in that sense, the court's concerns do make more sense. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns and updates.